I am so excited to be in the kitchen today with Angela Garbitz, and today we are making an awesome cake that's kind of one of these like secret ingredient, like a few secret ingredients makes for a sum of its parts. So first of all, tell me a little bit about your bakery and your theory kind of behind your baked goods.
Totally. So I own Goldenrod Pastries in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I created it just to start offering more treats for non-traditional diets. So we focus a lot on gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. It's mostly American style with like a little bit of a Eastern European kind of flair. So I'm Polish, and I really wanted to offer some flavors that were more like that.
And so I think for a lot of people, when they hear like healthy baked goods, they get scared.
Totally.
But what are the things that you can kind of tell people to move towards to keep the flavor, sort of keep the texture, but also still enjoy their pastries?
You know, my goal isn't to make health food. My goal is to make stuff that doesn't make you feel sick if you have an allergy.
Right, exactly.
Which we always tell people. It's like, it's still flour and sugar and oil, like stuff that like really tastes good. So it still has that like richness to it. So you really don't have to alter your recipes too much. You just find like flours and fats and milks that really work well.
And work for you.
Yeah, totally.
So what are we making today? This is kind of one of those like back pocket cake recipes that anyone can have and then can be adjusted.
Yeah, so this is a recipe that I based off of something my mom used to make a lot growing up. So she would make it in a bundt pan. Well, what we're making is a cardamom blueberry loaf cake. And this is something that you can kind of swap out the blueberries, the cardamom, just make it vanilla. And I mean, not super, original, but it was just like great. And it's the cake that you can throw together at the last minute if you have people coming over for dessert. It's great for brunch. It's not too sweet. You can throw a glaze over it. You can have it with ice cream. It's just like an easy thing to have around.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so what are the steps?
Okay, actually there's really only one step. There's two steps. It's amazing. So perfect. All of these ingredients go into the bowl and then we mix it. So we're making this gluten-free and dairy-free today. So the flour that we're using is a rice blend. It's a really like tender flour that is really great for pound cakes. And we're just using white sugar, eggs, vegetable oil. This is coconut milk. And then we have cardamom and almond and vanilla extracts.
Perfect.
So it's like really just the easiest thing that you can imagine. So I'm gonna bring this over here. When we make a version of this at the bakery, we're gonna do the eggs and the sugar. So we have the baking powder and salt. Ground cardamom is like my favorite thing.
I know, it's one of my favorite spices.
When we use this at the bakery, and this is the vanilla and almond, we always tell people if they haven't had cardamom before that it's kind of warm like cinnamon, but if you give it to somebody who doesn't like a lot of different flavors, it's like not weird.
Right, exactly. It's like just different enough where people will say like, oh, this is exciting.
So we're just gonna pop this on the mixer. So we'll start it out kind of slow so it doesn't just like explode with oil and milk, and mix it for 5 minutes.
So what are you looking for in the consistency to know that it's really done?
Basically, I want it to just be really like velvety. I'll show you that in a second, and no chunks. Let it go. So I will show you, it's just like a super like velvety, amazing texture. And for like the other really hard step is just folding in these blueberries.
So difficult.
And you could do raspberries, you could do some lemon zest, you could do like apples in the winter. You could put some black pepper in here if you're like a little bit more adventurous.
So it's really like this is the base for any loaf, and then just go for it. As long as you're not adding something with too much moisture.
Totally. And you can see like with this flour, it's not like gummy or gluey. It's just like really nice.
Beautiful.
Here's the spray. Loaves, like the one thing is you just don't want them to stick. But that's like the only thing that can go wrong with this cake. It's so foolproof, I just love it.
And so perfect. And this also would work, in kind of any other type of pan as well.
Yeah, totally. You could like a super easy cake. You could sprinkle sugar on top if you want to. You could put more blueberries on top, but it's just like perfect as it is.
Perfect. And then what heat for what time?
So I would do 350 and about 55 minutes.
But you can, do that prick test if you need.
Yes. So we'll just pop this in.
So gorgeous. And yeah, you can just see that a perfect example of it, of that like the lines and like how it's just
And that's
so
like
golden.
the little cavern that we were, and it just kind of springs back.
Perfect. Amazing.
Which is really nice. Yeah, so this is it. So we could do like a little powdered sugar, I think is always nice.
Gorgeous.
Should we cut into it?
Yeah. Oh my God, you always want to like see the center. Yes, please. I know, I'm like, I cannot be stopped. Yeah, and then look at that. Oh, it's so gorgeous inside. Oh, well, Angela, thank you so much for being here. And obviously, if you're in Nebraska, check you out. And where can people find you online?
So we're at goldenrodpastries.com. We're really active on social media, and we love to kind of share what we're doing with people.
Awesome. Well, everybody likes baked goods. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.